It's a win or go home for the Bourne Braves tonight. Welcome into Pregame Tomahawk Talk. I'm Ariel joined by Adam Gawkin and Devin Jarvis. It's game 2 of playoffs here at McKeon Park. The Braves fell just short last night to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, 3-1. Talk to me about the pitching matchup tonight. What are we going to see?
Folger Boaz on the mound for the Bourne Braves. He's been a solid starter for the Bourne Braves, but in today's game, you're looking for something a little bit more than he's shown in recent games. Went one of his longest innings last time, but it's just been a little bit slow to start. A lot of high pitch count, getting out early. He needs to keep these innings efficient, especially against a Hyannis team that hit pretty well yesterday. On the other side, Max Stamel pitching for Hyannis. He's one of their best arms. It was a tough day for Bourne yesterday against Carson Yassa. You couldn't get through him fast. This Bourne team had an even worse outing against Max Stamel last time, or rather 2 times ago here at McKeon Park in the 12-0 loss that Hyannis handed to the Bourne Braves. Stamel went 5 innings in that one, scoreless, only 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. He looked really good. Bourne's going to have to get through him fast and see this Hyannis bullpen that showed some of their better arms yesterday. Hyannis as a team have the worst team ERA from their bullpen this season. You want to see more of those arms sooner in the game today, and you're going to have a lot better of an offensive day for Bourne than you saw yesterday.
Well, we fell just short last night. Adam, what did you see from that Hyannis team that made them successful?
The real big thing was that they had some guys who you maybe wouldn't have expected step up and deliver big hits. You look at Jace Doby and Charlie Bates, 2 guys who hit under 200 in the regular season. Both had multi-hit games. Doby went 3 for 4 in the number 2 hole. So, it's those guys that can really make the difference in the playoffs. For Bourne, you're looking for some of those guys in the bottom of the order who maybe didn't do the best in the regular season to really step up today, especially with some of your big bats out of the lineup and towards the bottom of the order. You really need the other guys to step up and show up today.
Well, I talked about it earlier with Lyle, but we have 2 suspensions tonight. Braden Holcomb and Cade Lewis will not be playing for the Braves. But Jason Torres and Mark Cotrani are in this lineup tonight. We didn't see them play last night against Hyannis.
We see them fill in positions that we've seen them before. Ryan Cooney slots over from second base to third base. Gavin Kelly from catcher to second. And with Cade Lewis out of the game at first, Jason Torres slips in there. And, of course, Mark Watrani at catcher. Mark Watrani has been one of the better offensive players for Bourne this season. So, really, it should be fun to see how he can do against Stamel and against this Bourne team. Last time against Stamel, Watrani had some really hard-hit balls into the outfield that nearly were home runs, but kind of held up by the wind. There's a lot of wind today, so maybe similar results if the balls are released too high on a launch angle off Cotrani's bat, but nevertheless, Cotrani was showing some solid stuff. He's been a really solid player for Bourne this season, and as far as Torres goes, he's been a really decent defensive first baseman for the Bourne Braves this summer. You're hoping he can step up a little bit more on offense, sitting right now in the mid-100s.
Well, game 2 at McKeon Park tonight will be at 6 p.m. Continuing with pregame coverage, I'm now joined by Lyle Allenstein. Lyle, after last night's brawl at the end of the game, there's 3 suspensions here tonight.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday post-game that we didn't know the ramifications of it, but now we do. Bourne was going to be out with Braden Holcomb and Cade Lewis, 2 guys that have been here this whole summer. Braden Holcomb was here last year, the whole summer as well. So 2 really key losses, key contributors. Braden Holcomb has been probably the hottest bat over this last month of the season, so a couple of blows there. And Hyannis will be out with their catcher, Brody Briggs from Arizona State, who, just like Cade Lewis and Braden Holcomb, has been a key contributor for them for most of the season.
If you had a key player to watch on this Hyannis team, who would it be?
It's got to be Dayton LeChance. The past 2 games before the playoffs, he was 7 for his last 7 against the Braves, and yesterday went 0 for 2 to start, but then he had that 2-run double. This guy has had the Braves number the last couple of times out and make the transfers, going from JUCO to Oklahoma, but this time he's actually going to be behind the plate with Briggs being suspended. But Hyannis is actually 0-5-1 in games that he's been behind the plate. So, something to look out for. Obviously, it's playoffs, anything can happen, but something to note today.
Well, thanks for joining me. First pitch will be at 6 p.m. here from McKeon Park. Ariel now joined by Jon LeGrande from St. John's. John, you guys fell short last night, 3-1. What needs to change from yesterday going into today?
Eliminating the small stuff, smarter ABs, pounding the zone, less walks.
There was some tension on the field after last night. How do you guys keep your composure today and just focus on playing your game?
Just leave yesterday as yesterday, and just move on from it. Just move on to the next day and worry about the now. That's it. So, yeah.
Thanks. Good luck tonight.
All right. Appreciate you. Thank you.